Hello everybody. Today I'm going to make a video of my Beastmaster build. From what I've figured out, works the best as far as crit wise, but there are a couple of things that could be improved about the build, and I'm mainly concerned with 2 extra points. Oh sweet, finally I can use my tokens. That's good to know. It just fixed itself. So let's go and use some tokens first. Oh yeah, I also have a warning for any idiot that manages to accidentally fill out their entire enforcer. Sorry guys, but why is it telling me now that I have negative? Again. I thought... man, that's so stupid. I fucking hate this game. They really need to fix this. Anyway, don't go all the way through your whole enforcer because apparently what happens is when you get this last perk, Hollow Point, it caused an explosion, but I think that there's still friendly fire on there. So if you happen to kill someone with a crit, you'll blow yourself up and all your teammates. So that's really not cool. So until they fix that, you need to not do that. So I would recommend going into the other 2 trees, Survivor and Hunter, because you don't really need the extra damage for this build right now, but it'll come in handy later when people actually know how to program this game correctly. As far as the actual Beastmaster build, I'm sacrificing almost all of my healing abilities entirely for a squishy build that allows me to gain health while I'm moving around and other such nice stuff. We got all the way into Interplanetary Stalker. Whenever I kill someone, I gain a stack. The problem is killing people on Mayhem 3. And so, you know, if you're going to play this in Mayhem 3, it'll work as long as you're paying attention to what on your map your buffs and nerfs are. And that's what everybody seems to forget about, including to a build. So if you have a lot of legendaries and a lot of high-level loot, this isn't really going to be a problem for you Mayhem 3 mode-wise, because you'll always be able to find some weapon in your inventory that'll be able to get the edge over the enemies. And other times you will be completely screwed over and everyone will be almost impossible to kill. So it's completely random. So you got to look at what your buffs and nerfs are. Like for instance right now, this one loaded in as a 45% extra normal bullet chance. But then it also says that enemies don't take anything from cryo, so don't bother using that. Enemies don't take anything from corrosive, so don't use that. And they fire 2 additional projectiles per shot, and also they are 50% more accurate, which means they're going to auto-aim the shit out of you. So be careful about that. Anyway, so what's the build? Well, I'm running the Lyuda. Apparently everyone loves this gun, and I can see why, but it's fire, so sometimes it's not as effective. I also run this Nighthawken because there's really nothing better. But I will get something soon. There's a couple of replacement guns I have in mind that are really good for submachine guns. Or you can run a sniper, but I don't really like running or actually an assault rifle, but there's not a lot of good assault rifles in the game that I know about other than the Lucian's Call. And there's a really good farming method, so I'm going to try that today and see how that works. Then there's the 1-pump chump. The reason I'm running this is because it has 1,000% freaking weapon damage, so that's crazy. And it also has 10% extra crit, which is nice. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. But I think in this one's going to be our champion because it's a normal bullets gun. You could also run maybe the Garcia or the Butcher and get the same effect. So those 2 are also really good, but I don't have them yet. And finally, this is going to be the slot that I use the Companion on. Only reason I'm using the Companion is because of its incredible magazine size and fire rate. It's got really good stats, but I think the only thing that'll be better is the Unforgiven, seeing as the Unforgiven literally one-shots everything with about 300 to 400% crit or more. So it's going to be pretty ridiculous. But anyway, oh yeah, I forgot about my stupid abilities. So here's the build. We got the 5 here. This 5 because it adds 60% ammo with my current class mod. This one, which gives you criticals, critical kill reload speed, and reload speed is kind of helpful, but you don't need too many into this. It's not going to be a big deal if you sacrifice the reload speed altogether and get something else. You then go down to here and get reduction or cooldown reduction for your action skill. As long as you're scoring criticals. So if you're doing criticals, which is almost constant, you'll get your ability back faster, and that's all the more helpful. Then you have this one, which gives you more crit, but you only need not even any of this at all because it has to do with enemies not being next to you. So if they're far away, it's more helpful. This is good maybe for boss killing, depending on how far away you are from the boss, but since a lot of them tend to jump forward and be at your close range, this really isn't going to help you in any way, shape, or form. And I don't have any points into it at all. It's just my class mod that's boosting that. Then you've got the extra projectile per shot. That's kind of helpful because you're going to be shooting more bullets than you're intending to shoot. Then come down to here and you can get the hunter skill duration, so it's going to last its full effect of 100%. And then you've got this, which gives you 25% gun damage and critical hits. As long as you're killing a badass level enemy or stronger, but it's kind of hard to DPS through a badass, so you can't really get this off in Mayhem 3 right now without really good guns, which is why I said I was going to be wanting to run the Unforgiven, because if I can take someone out who's badass with the Unforgiven, then I can run around and start critting the hell out of everything else way better. This adds crit, so you got to pick that, and finally more crit. And more crit chance, I mean. As far as this tree, we have Furious Attack, which is helpful, but it only stacks up to 10, so that's kind of stupid. But it does give you 20% gun damage, which is great. This gives you fire rate after reloading. You only need 2 of these, though. I don't really see the need for fire rate necessarily, so I only put 2 points into there. You could maybe sacrifice the extra fire rate for some healing, but I don't really see the need for that either. As long as you know what you're doing, you won't die, but I tend to die anyway because I'm an idiot. Then you've got the 5 into here, which helps you get your cooldown time, and the more you kill, the more cooldown time you get reduced off of your ability. You only need 2 into this because it says when an enemy has no target or is attacking a different target, flak deals increased damage. You can put 5 into that if you really feel like, but they're going to be attacking your pet, so there's not a big deal when you could put the 3 in here and get 25% gun damage without having to worry about any of the enemy aiming or not aiming at you. Then the last 2 points are my issue. I don't know if I should go into Persistence Hunter or take the 2 points and put them back into either Hidden Machine or Ambush Predator, because they're both really good perks and they can sort of help. So I don't know what I would want to do with those last 2 points. I haven't really tested out what this new build yet, but from the looks of it, you can shred people as long as they're not badasses. Anyway, so that's my build and everything about it. I'm still improving it, so I don't know whether this is going to be a great endgame build or not, but for right now, it does the job. As long as you know what elements everyone's weak to, it tends to shred people even on Mayhem 3. It's just a lot harder on Mayhem 3 because enemies have like triple the health that they normally do and all sorts of random ridiculousness.
Badass.
Sometimes you'll run into a badass that's just easy as cake to kill. Other times you won't. Forgot that I can't do that. See, now I should be critting harder. And you can keep shooting badasses forever. And forever. And then you can kill the regular guys with almost no effort. And then you get something like that to happen. So this is what it looks like on Mayhem 3 in just this area. Going after a boss, so we're gonna see what happens when we fight him. So yeah, I'll provide the second portion of this video, the gameplay guide, where I will show what it's like to beat this guy over here, and you can see that video posted right above this one.